Welcome back everyone to more NR2003 here at Nipit Gaming. And in today's video, this track is special for me. This is the one that will always be my absolute favorite because this is my home track, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Now it's been known by several different names, particularly in recent years, and there are multiple versions of this track available online. So Nashville WKC is the one that is so far stuck out to me as the best. Now, WKC stands for Wild Customs and Cars, and I'll put a link in the description down below to their website. They do a lot of amazing work, a lot of great short tracks. They're available on the site, so I definitely recommend that you check out their site if you're interested in some great tracks for NR 2003. But today's race is just going to be a short 15% race, which equates to 60 laps here at the track. We're going to leave the damage off because, again, we're just going to have some fun. I've got big plans for this track if things work out to do a much longer race that some of you may be familiar with called the All-American 400 that was actually just held very recently at the track in real life. It's an annual event that is absolutely amazing and is always the highlight of my racing season. But for today, again, 15% race, 60 laps. We're going to have some fun, beating and banging at the short track.
Drivers, start your engines.
There you have it, the command to fire your engines. And we're starting here on pit road, a full parade lap this time. With it being a short track, that is generally going to be a good idea. Otherwise, we're going to take the green not long after the command. And before everybody can actually even get up to speed sometimes. So we'll take the full parade lap. Now, the proper way to line up for the race would be with all the cars backed up against
Get ready now. Going green.
the wall on the front stretch. That would be the proper way. But for the purposes of the game, we'll start from pit lane. And you can see the pace car is already in. We're about ready to get going.
Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
All right, we'll give the AI here a little time to try to get going. Now, this track is very unique in real life in that it has multiple grooves, no doubt. The bottom is not generally where you want to be, particularly if you're running side by side. So we'll probably try to move around a little bit depending on what the AI give us.
21.584 outside.
But you can see these guys are still stacked up 2 by 2, as you would expect.
Still there.
So we're going to try to ease into this race.
Keep low.
In order to get the car to handle properly at this track, you need it to rotate
7. Keep low.
very well. And here on the bottom of the track, that can get you very loose very quickly. You can see we are going nowhere fast right now, and that's because nobody's going anywhere.
20.8.
We do not want to be 3 wide on the bottom,
Outside.
or really anywhere for that matter.
Stay low. Keep low.
All right, we just need to pick them off one at a time.
Clear outside.
Oh, it looked like we had a skirmish in front.
20.5.
Somebody got way out of line. Oh, you could hear it get really loose there. So right now we're sort of stuck on the bottom if we're going to get anywhere,
Outside.
which is not where I would prefer to be.
Stay low. Clear outside.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
20.442.
Of course, as always, we might not have enough speed to go anywhere anyway.
Car inside.
I'm hoping that we do, though.
Keep high.
I've worked some more with the AI and their different strengths and the ranges and
20.1.
all those things.
Stay high.
Well, it looks like or at least we should be able to make this pass if we can get some of these guys in front of us to get going. This track is so much fun.
505. Still there.
And of course, For anybody who follows NASCAR pretty closely, you'll know that here recently, there's been a lot of news about this track.
Car inside.
Bristol, or Speedway Motorsports that operates Bristol, will now be operating this track. If everything gets approved, they'll have a 30-year lease on the property.
Clear.
The track itself is actually owned by the city. That's why you have to get it leased. You can't just outright buy the track.
Clear. 20.382.
But yeah, 30-year lease and plans in place to make a lot of upgrades to the track that would make it eligible to host NASCAR events once again, including the Cup Series, which of course has all of us that live in the area extremely excited about the possibilities, but it's still got some serious, very serious hurdles to cross before that can be even thought of as a reality. But we're excited nonetheless. And see, I'm going to start to work that second groove a lot more now. All right, now as things start to spread out, we'll find out what kind of speed we've got and if we can continue moving through the field. We may not be able to. I always like to start out with the AI car sets being really strong, and if anything, I can always back them down.
20.178.
Yeah, right now these guys are moving along pretty good. Of course, the 99 is right where I want to be, and I feel like I could get by him.
175.
But he is running right in the tracks a lot of time where I want to be, so figuring out how to get by him, just like in real life, is going to be easier said than done. We might be able to get below him. As you can see here, he's going to try to get underneath the 96. Let's see if we can't make him pay for that.
20.122. Still there. Keep high.
Boy, does that happen a lot in real life, too. You try to make a pass on somebody, get position on them, and if you can't pull it off, you end up losing more spots as a penalty for your efforts.
Clear. Inside. 20.183. Still there. Clear.
But yeah, the idea of seeing NASCAR back at this track, I forget the last time they were there. It was for what was then the Busch Series. I want to say it was around 99 or the year 2000, somewhere in that range. But I could definitely be wrong on that. But I was there. I remember that. You can see we're right on that rev limiter in clean air going through.
19.9.
Yeah, we'll just start to clip it. Car's got a pretty nice feel to it right now. Certainly not quite as fast as I would need it to be to run up front. But overall, not too bad. The problem I'm having right now in the practice that I ran was I can get the car to rotate a little better. The problem is it gets way too loose on entry. And that is a serious problem because you can end up taking yourself out at this track in a hurry.
19.998.
Yeah, overall, laps aren't too bad. You see, the car's rotating pretty good, especially when I use that second groove a little bit.
19.885.
if you got the car really handling right, you can get down on that bottom and make up some good time. But if you don't, then you'll end up hurting yourself by running that bottom groove.
19.993.
Alright, so everybody's gotten spread out now. Ooh, that was rather eventful coming off the corner. Car rotated nicely, that's for sure. You can see we're running these guys down in front of us, so we've got some speed. Starting at the back is one of those things, just requires a little patience to let things open up in front of you.
823.
So we're running the track today with absolutely no changes whatsoever to the track. All I did was downloaded it, dropped it in the tracks folder, and here we are.
20.081.
The AI are nice and strong at this track. You can see they are no pushovers. Also really like the line they're running.
20.108.
They're on the bottom for the most part, but they're not sticking like right to that yellow line. And you can see here in 3 and 4 that they're even venturing up into that second groove a little bit, and that is definitely what they do in real life. Sticking right to the very bottom. Of course, it's also very bumpy, which is not represented in the game, but it's also very bumpy, particularly coming off of turn 2 down there on the bottom.
20.255.
But you can always tell if somebody's really got their car hooked up, because you'll see them running right on the bottom. All right, looks like we are about to get lapped, which is really funny, actually.
There's the cross flag. We're halfway home.
All right, halfway home. So halfway point,
19.989.
and we are,
Here
what, about a
comes the leader.
second away from getting lapped. That awkward moment when you feel like you're actually getting somewhere and running a decent pace compared to what I feel like the car is capable of right now. And then all of a sudden you look up to the scoring and it's blinking red at you because you are about to be lapped.
Car inside. Clear inside.
All right, I'm going to try to get to the outside of this 7 because my hope... Now, there's no caution flags or anything like that, so there's not going to be any lucky dog or anything like that to look forward to.
Keep high.
But what I'm hoping for is that we can just sort of continue to stay right in front of the leader.
Clear. 20. Flat. Car inside. Still there. Still there.
You can see as time goes on, we are definitely...
Clear. Here comes the leader.
Yes, here comes the leader. You are exactly right. Now, if the leader gets position on me, I'm definitely going to let him go. I'm not going to fight him.
20.0.
But I'm just going to try to run my groove here, right up into the second groove.
Car inside.
And yeah, here he comes. So he's plenty strong enough, obviously. So I'm going to give him room.
Stay high. Clear inside. 20.2.
All right, so Logano is leading. Looks like we've got William Byron coming right behind him.
Stay high. Keep high.
You can see these guys are just scooting right on by me. They have so much speed right now.
329.
Yeah, I have really no major complaints about the car. I mean, we could use some more speed, no doubt, but But as far as the handling, that's not really holding me back a whole lot. So yeah, we can get down in that, use that bottom some. I'm not sure if it's really any faster for us. You know, thinking about the shortest way around, but there's just a little bit less grip down there, and it's enough to be noticeable for sure.
20.072.
All right, so in front of us is 27th, so Michael McDowell. But yeah, when the car rotates really good and I can get down to that yellow line on exit, that is a beautiful thing. Like that, bring it right down to it. Just have to be careful, because if I let it rotate too much, we'll end up being spun out. Because there is just a small difference between the two. Between being nicely rotating and spun out. All right, let's see if we can take this position.
Keep low.
You can see we got a nice run off the bottom, but just a little bit less grip than what we need up there. Oh, it looks like the 22 has gotten stuck in some traffic. Oh yeah, we got a log jam. I wonder how many laps we have left. I have no idea. I think he told me not too long ago, but I wasn't paying attention.
Clear outside. 20.294.
Oh, look out. Oof, that was close. Yeah, we almost had a wreck there.
.823.
All right, let's see if we can get back to them and do something. But you can see, I mean, they've gone nowhere right now. This is sort of the limitations of the AI. A little bit in the game. They've gotten sort of blocked. Logano blocked on the high side. Oh, again, not sure what the 34 is doing. He is, I guess, attempting to stay well away from that fight in front of him, because he is backing way off like that.
Car inside. Clear.
All right, so it looks like I'm going to have to take a look in the actual track file itself, because I want to see. Oh, it looks like we've had. Do we have a wreck up here? Oh yeah, we do. The 24. No, who was that? Was that? I'm not sure who that was. I thought it was the 24 car, but then he's right in front of me. So somebody went for a spin, but of course with cautions turned off. Ah, there we go. 10 more laps.
942.
Yeah, somebody went for a bit of a spin. I'm going to need to see if, when I look in the track file, I want to see if the AI strength is just really strong, or if it is my AI car set that is still maybe too strong. Oh, no. Looks like we got another accident out here on the track. Hopefully it'll be cleaned up before we get to it, though. Hopefully. Otherwise, we're just going to have a big wreck.
19.944.
But this track, I mean, I'm having so much fun. Forget the fact that we're down a lap
Inside.
and we're running in the back of the field.
Inside. 20. 20.177. Keep high. Stay high. Stay high. Clear.
The good news is
20.2.
the handling of the car really hasn't changed a whole lot since the start of the race. So we haven't undergone, a huge transition yet. Of course, we still got a lot of fuel left in this car. So there's plenty of time for the handling to change as tires continue to wear and all that. But
just 5 more to go. 19.9.
5 more to go, and I am sad to see that happen. It's been, for the most part, a clean race. It looks like we've had maybe a couple of dust-ups with the AI, but for the most part, we haven't really had any issues with the AI.
20.023.
This is definitely a track where I want to try to do a long race. I'll turn the cautions on for that and try to do a long race. Are we going to have enough time to get by Bubba here? Because we got speed on him.
20.095.
No doubt.
Inside.
In fact, we've been keeping pretty good pace here with the 24 once he's in traffic.
Clear.
Of course, he got blocked for several laps. He in the 22.
Just 2 to go. 20.038.
And in fact, we're keeping pace pretty good with William Byron here. He's not really running away from us.
White flag. 1 more lap to go.
He's certainly faster.
916.
So maybe these guys just have me on fresh tires that they're so much faster. But at the end of the day, we'll come home 24th. Not too bad. Again,
All right,
that's about where we were
flag.
at California, if I remember correctly.
That's it. We'll get them next time.
And it looks like we had another dust up here on the back stretch. So going to be a lot of hard feelings, as you can imagine. But overall, the track looks great. Really appreciate all the hard work by the WKC crew to get this track in an amazing shape that we see it right now. In fact, I'm looking on the right there at
The race is over.
the spot where I normally sit in the stands. But yeah, the track looks great. The AI, as far as I can tell, race really well. And overall, I am extremely excited about not only this race, but what we might be able to do at this track in the future. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and stick around for more NR2003.